Hello guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Today I will be doing a Healing Your Inner Child reading. Now before I go ahead and get into this reading, I just want to say this reading, I'm not going to go too deep into it. This is going to be just a kind of brief reading. If you would like a more in-depth reading, I will put my links in the box below. But let's just go ahead and get right into it and start with the first pile. So if you chose this one, this is for you. So the first card we have here is the Emperor. Then we have the Page of Earth, the Seven of Water, the Nine of Air, the Seven of Fire, the Four of Fire, and the Call card. So these two cards right here, they feel so whimsical, okay? This feels like a child with a very vivid, creative imagination, okay? Your inner child loved the outdoors, collecting bugs, fireflies, grasshoppers. But here with the Call card, this this tells me that most of the damage that was done to your inner child was caused by not feeling like you were enough, okay? And not only that, but you just weren't supported enough. You weren't hugged and told how loved and valued you are, okay? And here with the Seven of Fire, again, no matter how hard you worked to be noticed, your efforts were ignored, okay? You were neglected. I mean, look at this unicorn here, okay? It almost looks like it's putting on some kind of performance, right? Or trying to get the attention of someone. But as you can see here with this unicorn standing on this rock here, this rock looks very unstable. And you know what? When this unicorn lands, you know it's just not going to go well. Okay? So I feel like you put on this performance to get some attention, but it never went well for you. Okay? It never turned out in your favor. You didn't get the attention that you were trying to get. Okay? Yeah, your performance went unnoticed. So we have the Nine of Air here. You have a lot of regrets. And for some of you, I feel like those regrets come from trying too hard. And for some of you, those regrets are feeling like you didn't try enough. Like you didn't try hard enough. Okay? And look at these two cards here. They're both standing on what looks like an unstable foundation, right? But see, this is the past. This is right now. This is you right now. You know, you have that past history that has caused you to be wounded, that has caused your inner child to be wounded, right? But the difference now, being an adult, being all grown up, is that you have the safety of these wings, right? And those wings are, you know, your experiences in life, your ability to look back on the things that you missed out on, okay? You didn't have a childhood. Basically, I feel like for a lot of you, that's how you feel. You feel like you completely missed out on your childhood. But, you know, these wings here are your ability to acknowledge that and to begin to heal that, okay? You have the support of yourself, okay? You know, it's not your responsibility, you know, obviously, as a child, it wasn't your responsibility to grow yourself up, right? But, you know, it is your responsibility now to heal that, to heal your inner child, okay? And then here with the Seven of Water. Wow. Yeah. Because you were never allowed to live freely as a child, you've created these walls and these boundaries, okay? You limit yourself, okay, because you don't want to be disappointed with rejection, okay? All of the time that you spent performing to be noticed has caused you to lose hope, okay, and to lose hope in your dreams, really, okay? You've lost that vivid imagination and you've replaced that with rigidity. Yeah, you've put some limits on yourself. And that's so sad because I'm feeling an inner child here that was just so creative and so with such a vast imagination, and I can only imagine the dreams uh, that you had. Okay, yeah. Ooh. And then we have the Emperor and the Page of Earth. So to begin healing, you have to know that right now you make the rules, okay? And you are in full control, okay? You owe it to your inner child to be the strength and the support that you never had, okay? Rekindle your innocence that was just taken away from you, okay? Um, You have the ability and you have the commitment to deconstruct every thought pattern and every wall, every limit that is instilled in you. You're going to have to go really deep and drag it all to the surface so you can closely examine it, like pick it apart and then rebuild yourself. Yeah, you're really going to have to dissect this, okay? Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card here. Just as some overall advice. So let's go ahead and see what we have as some overall advice in regards to this spread. This is very, very tragic, but it's also so beautiful. Okay, you know, once you're an adult, you have that control to, you know, it shouldn't be your responsibility. You should be completely free as an adult, but you know that lack of foundation and support, you know, from the people or the person that owed that to you, that you know that person just completely let you down, you know. So, you know, you have to just kind of take it all in stride and just do what you can at this point. And you owe it to yourself to heal your inner child and to live freely. You know, get back to believing in dreams. You know, put those walls down and, you know, and it's going to be a slow process, you know, slow, uncomfortable, messy process. But, you know, it's worth it. Okay, so the card that we have here is the Lake Stillness. This card here is about going to a place where, you know, everything just kind of stops, you know, away from, you know, away from TV, away from your phone, just somewhere out in nature. And I feel like that's a really, really great suggestion. You know, that's a good place to start, because when our voice is the loudest is when we sit in silence, right? But just not sitting in a dark room. You want to be somewhere in nature, okay? Because nature will support you. Nature will encourage you. Nature will help you to truly see the beauty that you're supposed to see. Okay, so you're gonna be safe there. Okay. So guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the second pile. Okay, pile 2. Now again, I just wanted to repeat this before I start this reading. I'm not going to get too deep into this reading. It's going to be rather brief. However, if you would like a more in-depth reading, I will put my links in the box below. So let's just go ahead and get right into this. So the first card we have here is the Ace of Earth. We have the King of Air. Oof. Not sure how I feel about that one already. Messenger of Fire. Seven of Air. Three of Earth. Ten of Fire. I'm already feeling like a lot of strictness, constriction here. Ugh, it just feels so confining. Justice card, and we have the King of Earth, okay? So here with the Ace of Earth, okay, I feel like this represents your inner child, okay? You were a very mature child, okay? Something grew you up very quickly, okay? Maybe you were the oldest. Maybe you were the oldest, or you had siblings that you had to care for. Okay, and the King of Air here. There was a lack of cohesive parenting going on here, okay? This was either a parent or a situation that wasn't consistent, okay? Or parents who couldn't agree on a method of parenting. For example, one parent was either absent or too laid back, and the other parent was way too harsh, okay? I'm getting some immaturity here as well by the adults. This is why you had to grow up so quickly. Yeah. I swear for some of you, you were either the oldest, or you had to take care of, you had a lot of responsibility. That could be siblings, that could be having to run the household yourself, but I'm definitely feeling that here. Okay, and here with the Ten of Fire, yeah, you had no childhood at all. These books here, perhaps you were, your parents or your caregiver was very strict about school. Like you had to have perfect grades. But again, I'm really getting this feeling like you took on a lot of big things. This took your childhood away. Okay, you didn't have a chance. Your inner child is wounded because you were never allowed the freedom to be a child. Wow. Okay, sorry about that. We have the Three of Earth, we have the Justice, and we have the Seven of Air. Yeah, as an adult, you find yourself still looking after others. So much so that you kind of neglect yourself, kind of like your parents or whoever you were in care of did. You're taking care of others to fulfill something that feels uncared for, okay? But the thing is, you'll never be able to fill a void by exhausting yourself to others. Yeah. You've been robbed of your innocence and freedom to be yourself, okay? You, you just don't know what it's like to nurture yourself. You can't. You don't feel worthy of it. Whew. So we have the King of Earth and we have the Messenger of Fire. Yeah. It's time to recognize that you need care just like others do. Okay? You need care just like the people that rely on you do. You need that same care. Okay, to heal and support your inner child, you have to recognize him or her, okay? They are your responsibility now, okay? And you have all of the tools and the know-how to rewire your way of thinking, okay? I feel like self-care for you is so important here. Yes, that means doing for yourself, okay? Honor your inner child by giving yourself value, okay? By handling yourself with care. Be adventurous, be creative. Um, yeah. Be adventurous, be creative. Start believing in dreams again to set your inner child free, okay? And to give big you so much relief from providing care to others that should be for you, okay? That care that you're providing for others, you deserve some of that too, okay? My personal advice to you to start this healing process would be to work on some visualization and to also write your little self a letter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card, okay, just as some overall advice in regards to this spread. That's too many cards there. Yeah. But yeah, now it's your responsibility to take care of your inner child, okay? And you deserve it, and you are worthy of it, okay? You're never ever going to fill that void by taking care of others. It's just impossible. Okay, so the card that we have is Ancestors, Generations. I feel like immediately this is saying to me, there's a cycle here you have to break. Okay, there is a cycle here that you have to break, okay? This is about karma. And some karma, is kind of, it's right in your DNA. It's passed on from generations to generation. But I feel like this kind of cycle here, I'm just going to say this, okay? If you are now a parent yourself, perhaps you may want to take a look at the role that you're playing in your children's life, okay? You may want to reassess and just make sure that you are not repeating the cycles that your parent or your caregiver, the cycles that they were repeating, okay? So I definitely feel like the big advice here is definitely it is time to break this cycle, okay? Not just for people around you, but for yourself as well. You deserve this healing, okay? So that's it for pile 2. Let's go ahead and move on to pile 3, okay? So the first card that we have here is the Page of Fire. It's a really beautiful feminine card. The 5 of Water. The Strength card. The Tower card. The 6 of Water. The Sun card and the Patience card. Okay. This is why I didn't want to get too deep into this. Torn away. I keep hearing like torn away from something. Yeah. For those of you that chose pile 3, This is some really deep wounding that's here. Like very deep, very, very, it just feels incredibly heavy. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this card here. The Page of Fire. Your inner child is a big dreamer. Like, your inner child has some wounds and some damage there, but I feel like your inner child still holds on to dreams, okay? And that's amazing to have gone through so much, and still be able to dream, to still be able to believe in dreams, right? For some of you, your ability to manifest is the doing of your inner child, okay? So because your inner child has this this ability to be this, to hold on to dreams and hopes, anything that you're manifesting is going to come from your inner child, okay? So there is some emotional neglect here. I'm definitely feeling that. And it feels so cold, and it feels so intentional, like as if it was a form of punishment or vengefulness. Yeah. Then we have the Strength card here, and we have the Tower card. This neglect came from someone or more than one person. This was someone that you really looked up to. This might not have even been. Sorry about that. This neglect came from someone, or more than one person who was someone that you really looked up to. This may not even have been a parent. This may have been a grandparent, perhaps. But for some of you, it's definitely a parent or two parents. Okay? This neglect feels almost military, like that kind of strict, very harsh discipline. With this Tower card here. It feels like you were built up to a certain extent and then completely dismantled, okay? And turned down. This probably involved some kind of physical abuse as well, but gosh, this feels incredibly emotional as well, and psychological. Yeah. Whoever this person was, they were an incredibly difficult person, a hard person to please, ruthless, ruthless. Yeah. And this card here, the Six of Water, the Six of Water is childhood and innocence, okay? Because of this way that you were treated, this affects you today in so many ways, okay? You had no childhood, and those memories haunt you, okay? You're reliving that pain rather than coping with it. It's so funny because this card right here, it's making me feel so much guilt from you, okay? And you feel guilty because of the way that you were treated, okay? So maybe you're feeling sorry for your little self. You know, I feel like even some of you have apologized. Yeah. You know, the thing is, though, you cannot change the past. But the wonderful thing about the present is that you now have the control to heal and nurture your inner child. Like, now, your inner child is safe, okay? Broken, wounded, but safe, okay? And then we have the Sun card and the Patience card. I absolutely love these two for this. You can start to heal and support your inner child by recognizing your inner child, okay? There are things that you need to bring to the surface and release, okay? I'm going to offer this advice. Write a letter to yourself, okay? It's even okay to, if you want to apologize, okay? It's okay to apologize, even though you know that that damage wasn't caused by you. You can still apologize, okay? But most importantly, make a promise to your little self that you will protect and acknowledge your inner child. And as I said in the beginning, some of you were big dreamers as children. And this is closely tied with manifesting. Okay, so healing your inner child is really going to release some blockages for you. Okay, just be patient. Take your time and be patient. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card in regards to the spread. Oh, that Six of Water is really pulling at my heartstrings. I'm feeling so much guilt, but you have to know that that wasn't your fault, okay? Nothing that you've been through is your fault, okay? Those that were responsible for you, that is on them. You know, but if you feel like you can release something by apologizing to your little self, then absolutely do that, okay? I highly, highly recommend writing a letter to your little self. Let's go ahead and see what advice we have in regards to the spread. Beautiful, beautiful. Dance, celebration. Celebrate your inner child, okay? Jump on the bed, sit down and color, watch cartoons, dance, sing, and feel that freedom of the freedom and the innocence of being a child. You know, everything that you weren't allowed to experience, do that through your inner child, and I'm telling you, that will bring so much healing to you, and it will be very emotional. You're going to feel very emotional when you tap into your little self, okay? When you do things to celebrate him or her, okay? It's going to be very emotional, but it's also going to be very, very healing. Okay, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm really behind on my videos, but I've had so much going on, and I'm just happy to finally get this out for you guys. Again, thank you so much. Bye.